Welcome to your 60-minute yoga flow where we will focus on balance postures. So this will be a total body flow, but we'll spend a lot of time standing and working on our proprioceptive exercises, or working on strengthening our proprioceptive ability. So that's a lot of one-legged work. If that's not something that is in the cards for you today, you can always use one toe on the floor to help balance. But let's get started. We'll start here on the mat, just on your back. Close the eyes, body is heavy. Palms up. Allow your muscles to be heavy into the floor. Open the eyes, wiggle the fingers and the toes. So typically we save Shavasana for the end, and that really wasn't a true Shavasana, but I like to start, especially with these 60-minute flows, you have the opportunity to really flesh out a very balanced yoga workout. So bend the knees, drop the knees to one side, and then the other. So just a few dynamic stretches to prepare us for our sun salutations. Today we're going to do the sun salutation A series a few times, and then we'll also have the opportunity to do sun salutation B series a few times. Bring the knees to the chest. Back is flush with the mat, just rock side to side. And rock and roll up to a seated position. Inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, press the shoulders down and away from the ears. Shoulders to ears, exhale. Continue moving through that. So just warming up the shoulders. And then we'll do a few neck rolls here. Drop the left. Right ear to right shoulder. Other way, just going forward, and then bring the gaze back to, or head back to neutral position, and look side to side. Do a lot of desk work. You need to give your neck a little bit of love every day. Drop the left arm to the side, inhale, and then exhale. Right hand gently pulls that ear towards the shoulder. Sit up tall. And breathe. Come back to center. Inhale tall. Exhale. Drop the left ear to left shoulder. Left hand comes gently on the head. Option to extend the right arm. And then release. Do a few circles here. Bringing the chest forward. Bringing up through the hip joint. And then reverse. Inhale. Exhale, reach, side stretch. Come up to center. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Press both hips down. Underneath the armpits, spread through the fingertips. Come back to center. Inhale, reach. We'll do a little bit of a twist. Exhale. So start with a straight spine, opposite hand to opposite knee, and then a little bit of a curve in the upper back as you push the belly back. So you should be feeling that in the shoulder blades, especially that left shoulder blade. Inhale, come up. That's one of my favorite exercises. If you're pregnant, obviously you want to avoid doing deep twists. Twist into that right in the upper back, that shoulder blade area. Come on, boys, the trapezius is what we're stretching. Come back to center and come to the top of the mat. We'll begin our sun salutation series. Option to use blocks if you need them. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, place the hands just above the knees. We'll hang out here in a forward fold. Nice deep bends through the knee, through the legs, deep bends. And then opposite hand to opposite elbow, drop the head and neck, and then slowly straighten out the legs as you continue to breathe. Pull that navel up in towards the spine. Allow gravity and the weight of your head and your arms to pull you deeper into this stretch. And release, bring the hands down. Come down onto your knees, push back. Child's pose. A little bit of a side stretch here. Walk your hands to the right side, sit back into your hips. Side stretch. So we're warming up here. We're warming up for a warm up. And other side. All fours, tabletop. Tabletop. Inhale, up. Exhale, down through the spine. We'll go to full plank here. We'll do a few core activation exercises here in plank, just by bringing the weight forward and pushing back. Inhale and exhale. 4 more reps like this. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. From here, drop one knee. Open up. Inhale. Lift that top leg if you'd like. A little bit of balance work. And release. Other side. Inhale. Lift the leg. Release. Push back to downward facing dog. First downward facing dog of your practice. So drop the knees to about ankle height, push back, and then straighten the legs. That's my little hack for downward facing dog. And because it's our first, you just warm up the soles of the feet by alternating heel lifts. Inhale, look forward, walk or hop the feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, strong through the belly. Come up, reach the arms up overhead, push the hips forward. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift, flat back. Walk or jump the feet back. High plank position. Stay here for just a moment. And we'll slowly lower down. Option to modify by dropping down to the knees. Slowly lower down. Inhale, come up to a half upward facing dog. This is where we'll start. Just the first sun salutation will be modified. So breathe here. Inhale, little lift, and then exhale, lower down to one cheek. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, lower down other cheek. Inhale, lift just even a little bit higher. And then exhale, push back. Child's pose for a moment. You can always do child's pose at any moment. But particularly when we do downward facing dog, child's pose is also an option. Move into downward facing dog if you're ready for it. Inhale, bend through the knees, walk the right foot and the left foot. Inhale, lift, exhale, forward fold, bend through the knees. Inhale, come up, reach the arms up overhead, swan dive down. So the purpose of the Sun Salutation A series, walk or hop back, slowly lower down, is to build heat. Full upward facing dog this time. So my thighs are lifted off the mat. If you're not there, that's fine. You can have your thighs on the mat, maybe a little bit lower of a lift, or you can do full upward facing dog. It's fine. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Few breaths. So this is a beginner flow, and we're going to be working on balance. Inhale, walk or hop the feet. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Going at your own pace, we'll do this a few more times. Matching the breath with the movement. So it's an exhale as you lower down. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, push back, staying in down dog for a couple of breaths before you move through another round. Finish this sun salutation that you're on, and we'll move into our sun salutation B series. So move into a mountain posture, which is just a standing posture at the top of the mat. And we'll move into sun salutation B, which begins with a chair posture. So this first time around, feet are about hip width apart, graze the fingers to the floor, inhale. We're gonna hold this and just kind of go through it slowly and work our way towards a faster pace. But this first round of sun salutation B, we'll take it a little bit slowly. So this is pretty much to have the arms extended, place the hands on the hips, lower the hips, weight should be on the heels. You should be able to lift the toes, chest is open, and breathe. Sink a little bit deeper, really building heat in the quadriceps. A little bit deeper, inhale, and then on the exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, walk or hop back. High plank to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg. Inhale and exhale. Bring that right foot forward to a low lunge. Slowly come up to a high lunge. So high lunge is the place that you want to be if you have any knee issues. If not, you can move into a warrior one position where you adjust your back foot, keep the hips square to the front, deepen the lunge. Make sure that you can lift the front toes, pull the navel up and in, hands on the hips to begin. And if you have good alignment, extend the arms. So a good yoga posture always starts with good alignment. Inhale, reach up, touch the fingertips lightly, slight bend through the back. Exhale, drop the hands down. Extend the leg back. You can keep that leg lifted as you lower down or bring it down to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very good, other side. Left leg lifts. Inhale, bring the knee towards the nose. Exhale, high lunge position. Back heel is lifted. Make sure the hips are square. Reach the arms up overhead. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Option to move this into a warrior one. So you're just adjusting the back foot. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, drop the hands down to the mat. Extend the leg back, high plank with the leg lifted, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for a few breaths. If you need to drop down to your knees to child's pose, you can. Inhale, look forward, walk or jump. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, chair posture. Option to bring the big toes together if you'd like, or you can keep the feet hip width apart. Lower down, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift, flat back. Exhale, walk. Hop the feet back, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down dog. Lift the right leg. Inhale. Bring the leg through. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale, lightly touch the fingertips. Exhale, palms come down to the mat. Leave that leg lifted if you'd like, or bring it down to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg, hips are square. Inhale, and then exhale. Place the foot at the top of the mat, warrior one. Inner sole of that back foot is pressed against the mat. Inhale, lightly touch the fingertips. Exhale, palms to mat. Lift the leg, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, really building heat here. Bend the knees, inhale, look forward, rock or jump. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair posture. Feet are hip width apart or big toes together. Ankles slightly apart. Lower down a little bit deeper. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, walk. Pop the feet back. Lower the one with control. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Right leg lifts. Warrior one. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Left leg. Warrior one. Down facing dog. Inhale, forward, walk or hop. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest. Chair posture. Feet are about hip width apart. We're moving into our balance work. So we'll start by balancing on the right leg. Lift the left leg. So it's a balanced chair posture. You can make this a little more challenging by bringing the ankle to the knee, sitting back. So you're making like a number 4 with your legs and breathing. Continue to breathe and then release, come up. Move back into the chair posture. We'll do the other leg. So balance on the left leg. All the weight should be in that left leg. Option here to bring, it's a little bit wobbly, bring the ankle to the knee. Sit back, focus on a point ahead of you. Wiggle the fingers, see if you can wiggle the toes of the standing foot. Go a little bit deeper, and then release. Shake the legs. Very good. From here, we'll move into a vinyasa. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk or hop the feet back. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg. Inhale. Exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest. And then push back. And again, we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. This is great for building core strength as well as arm strength. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale, hold. Lower down. and then zip up. Lower down and zip up. 2 more times. Lower down and zip up. 1 more time. Lower down, zip up. Place the foot top of the mat. Warrior 1. Open up to Warrior 2. This gives us an opportunity anytime we get into Warrior 2 to check in with the breath, check in the alignment, extend the arms, deepen that stretch by widening the stance. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, revolve back. Reverse warrior. Strong mama, strong mind. So our physical body helps to translate to some mental strength as well. Reach a little bit deeper, inhale, and then exhale, place the forearm on the thigh into that extended side angle. So there's a tendency to drop the top shoulder, pull it back, and breathe. Make sure you can lift the toes, that front leg. Option to go deeper if you'd like by dropping the foot to the mat. And you can take that top arm and reach, or keep the hand on the hip. This one's pretty intense. Inhale and exhale. We're going to move into a balance from here in a few breaths. So just to prepare, we move all the weight to that standing leg. Get there, drop that top hand and bring your hand forward, lift the back leg, open up into half moon. If you have a block here, you can always use the block to help you. I love blocks for half moon, and work on stacking the shoulders. Breathe, belly in. Extend the top arm if you'd like. Option here to come down into a standing splits. So the standing split option, you're going to adjust the hips so that they're square. Bend the knee, drop the toe down just to prepare. Adjust the hands, and then shift the weight forward. So standing splits, your options here, you can keep the leg pretty low depending on your flexibility. You drop all the way down into your palms and just really lean into that pose by lifting the back leg. Now the tendency just is to open up the hip. You want to keep the hips parallel. So you can even lean forward into the hands, maybe even lift the heels a little bit. This is a great prep for handstand. And you might be getting a little lightheaded at this point. We're almost done with this balance work on this side. Inhale, lift, and then exhale, release down. Place the hands just above the knees, flat back. Inhale, round through the spine, come up, mountain pose. Inhale, reach up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, exhale, walk or hop the feet back, lower down with control. Inhale, upward facing dog, exhale. We'll do that same series on the left leg. So lift the left leg, inhale, exhale, come forward. Push back, exhale. Inhale, lift, 2 more. Exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale, and from here, you're going to lower it down and then zip up. 3 more times. Lower down and then zip back up. 2 more times. Lower down. Zip up. Down. Zip up. Place the foot at the top of the mat. Come up. Control and strength. Straighten that back leg as you sink into it. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Warrior 1. Moving into Warrior 2. Inhale and then exhale. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior, inhale, reach forward, exhale, revolve the palm back, reach back. Correct, move into half moon, which is a balanced posture. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring the hands down. Just get adjusted here. Option to grab the block if you have that, if you want it. And I'm even using the other block to help me out, just to help me get in position. So with half moon, imagine you're sliding through 2 panes of glass. Option to lift that hand. If you're new to yoga, this might be a little challenging to maintain the balance. It's challenging even for me, and I've been doing yoga for several decades. Every day is a new day, so flex that foot, strong leg, both standing leg as well as the lifted leg. You might notice that one side is easier or harder than the other, and that's totally normal. We're going to move into standing splits from here. Woo. So bring the hand down. The option to use the blocks if you like. Square off the hips, bend the knee, and then straighten the leg as you lift the leg. And bring the chest towards that leg. So if you're only down here, totally fine. You just want to work on progressing. We're working on balance as well as stretching. Continue to breathe. You might be getting a little bit lightheaded. We're almost done with this posture. Lift, go a little bit deeper. Inhale, and then on the exhale, release down, flat back. Place the hands just above the knees. Inhale, come up. Good. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale. So I'm going to turn towards you. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. You can stay where you are as long as you can see me. I'm grabbing a drink. Moving into tree posture. So tree posture is a very basic yoga pose, but it's a goodie. It's an oldie but a goodie. So start on your left leg or right leg. We'll just make sure we do both sides, right? Okay, so think of roots going down into the ground. So extending out of your toes, getting firmly rooted into the ground, and you can even use your hand to guide that foot to the inner thigh. Engage the inner thigh. Find a gaze point somewhere in front of you. Just keep your gaze steady on that point. push the option to do some different things with your arms if you'd like. You can extend. It's a very energetic posture. See if you can lift the toes. That standing foot. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Good. And then release the foot. See if you can do some active stretching here. Active strength exercise by extending the leg, flexing the foot, and then lifting that leg and holding. See if we can hold for 4 counts. There's 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Sweep the leg back, shake the legs, move to the other side, other foot. So I noticed that the muscles in the bottom, the soles of my feet started kind of cramping towards the end. So to avoid that, 1, breathe. 2, make sure that you're not doing a death grip on that mat. So I think that's kind of what I was doing. So you want to be mindful of the toes. You should be able to lift the toes. To heart center, engage that inner thigh. You are doing awesome. Breaths here. Engage what we call in yoga the bandhas. So the mula bandha and the uddiyana bandha, the muscles of the pelvic floor pull up and in, and the muscles around the belly. Engage them as you breathe. And then bring the hands down, release the foot, but keep the leg lifted. Extend the leg and see how high you can lift that leg. Lift, 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 and release. Shake the legs. We're going to continue with the standing work. So move back to the other side and slight bend in the standing leg. Lift. This is where you might want to use a strap if you have one. I'm actually going to demonstrate it without a strap just to show that you can do it even if you're new to yoga. So lift that knee, and just hanging out here is a lot of work. Just for working on our proprioceptive abilities. So balance, strength, where we are in space. We are working on that. So grab the back of the leg, pull the knee in, and then see if you're able to grab the big toe. If you're not, you can just hold the back of the leg. I'm going to extend my leg here, and my shoulder wants to come forward. I'm going to pull shoulder back into the socket, back is straight, bandha's engaged, and I'm just hanging out here. Now this is a posture that is quite challenging. You can stay right here if you'd like, or you can take it out to the side. Now, if you'd like, I'm going to just come out of it for a second and just show you how you might modify the side. So if you're new to yoga, maybe you're just going to bring it out to the side. And that's great. It's all about tailoring it to your needs. So if you want to do a full extended out to the side, just take your time and keep that gaze steady on that drishti, or that gaze point. And we'll hold here for a couple of breaths. You want to make it more challenging, you can look in the opposite direction of that foot. I'm going to keep my gaze point straight ahead. It's a little wobbly, totally fine. And then come back to center, release the foot, but keep the legs extended so you can balance here, and then release down. Whew, I am sweating, it's amazing. I'm going to adjust my mat a little bit. It's amazing how much heat you can build from one exercise. Moving to the other side. Knee into the chest. Balance. Chest is open. Take your time. Reach for the big toe, or use a strap here if you have one. And then extend out. Pull the shoulder back into the socket. Grow taller and taller. And you know what's next? Option to take it out to the side. So I'm going to bend a little bit. And then that's how I like to get into it. There's no right or wrong. Center, extend the leg, keep it lifted for a moment, inhale and then exhale, release, moving to the top of the mat, we'll do a vinyasa here. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, exhale, forward fold, inhale, lift and lengthen, exhale, walk or hop the feet back. High plank for a moment. You can modify by dropping down to the knees if you'd like. Slowly lower down with control. Inhale, upward facing. Downward facing. Right leg lifts. Inhale, come forward. And then exhale, high lunge. From high lunge, we'll move into a balance warrior here. So lean forward, bring the weight to that front leg, lift the back leg, taking your time. Hands can be on the hips, do a little bit higher. Reach the fingertips behind you, open the chest. And then come to stand for just a moment. So we're going to do a little bit of balance work that's movement oriented while also working on balance. So reach the arms straight up, and then we're just going to come forward. Continuing to breathe, tilting, inhale, reach, and then exhale. We'll do that 2 more times. Tilt forward, reach, long, long, long and strong. 1 more time on this side. Inhale, exhale, lengthen, and then Very good. Shape the legs. Reach the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Vinyasa. Drop down to child's pose for a breath or two. Wide leg. If you prefer, moving back to downward facing dog. Lift the left leg, inhale, and then exhale. High lunge. Moving into that balance posture. Lift the back leg. Lean forward, strong through the standing leg. Avoid lifting the hip of that back leg. And then extend the arms out. Hold. Reach. And then come up to stand. We're going to do that 3 more times. Just that active balance movement here. So it's an inhale and exhale. Reach. Just continue to breathe. More than anything, it's just a flow. So think of flowing. Come back up. 1 breath into the next. Strong, consistent breaths. Reach. And 1 more time, come up. Reach. And come up to stand. Shape the legs. A mountain pose. Move into vinyasa. Inhale. Push the arms up overhead. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk. Jump back. Stay in plank position here. We're going to do a balance strength posture. So move into side plank. If you have weak wrists, you can drop down to your elbow. I prefer to drop down to my elbow. So stack the feet here. Option to lift that leg and hold. So this is a balance strength posture. We're working on balance, working on core strength. If this is too much on your knees, obviously you can modify, bring 1 foot in front of the other. Hold. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now flip the other side. This is modified. Option to lift that top leg if you'd like, even for a few breaths, 1 breath. It's all good. A couple more counts. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. We'll move into 1 more balance posture here. This time it's called crow pose. So it's on your hands. So you're going to bring your knees onto the tricep and lean forward. So if you're new to yoga, you can just hang out here, or option to lift the toes and just balance. This is awesome for upper body strength. Hold for a couple of breaths, and then release, come out of it. Roll through the wrists. We'll do a few preparatory handstand leg lifts. So to work on handstand, we really want to build on leg lifts. So bring the weight just above the hands and lift one leg and bend the knee and kick up. Just do that a few times. Kick. Bring the heel to the rear. Kick. And kick. Now if this is too advanced, you're just going to work on doing leg lifts. So you might bring the leg a little bit closer and then just do leg lifts. That'll work on, give you some good glute work. And then come back, child's pose. So if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can do this up against a wall. So you have some extra, support, so that if you do kick over, you're not kicking over into nothing. You're kicking up against a wall. So we're going to do the other side. So again, weight should be just above the hands. And then it's just practicing kicking the leg. We'll do this a few times. 2 more times. Awesome. Sit back, child's pose. Onto your knees, we'll do camel posture. So option here to use your blocks. If you don't have your blocks, no problem. You can tuck the toes, just reach for the heels. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, push the hips forward. So this is a preparatory camel. I always like to do a few of these before I go into full camel. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lengthen, and then open up. So you can just stay there. No need to go deeper if you don't want to. But if you'd like to go deeper, place the blocks behind you. Inhale and exhale, reach back and just adjust those blocks where needed. I actually am going to do it without the blocks. Reaching my arms up, inhale, and then exhale, dropping my hands to the heels, lifting the chest, opening through the throat. And then slowly come out of it, release, counter stretch here. Moving into a prone position. Drop down to one cheek. And then the other. Do a scorpion stretch. It's one of my favorite. So you'll bring one foot across, do a little bit of a twist, and keep shoulder on the ground, and then release. Do the other side. It's a great stretch for the shoulder as well. So many options in yoga, so many ways to modify as needed. Moving on to our finishing postures. So I'm going to do a shoulder stand. If you're not up for a shoulder stand, what you can do is go up against a wall and just do a leg raise. So you'll just have your legs up against a wall like this. Make sure that your hips are flush with the wall. You can also just put your legs, oh, there's my cat. You can put your legs on a stability ball or up against a couch like this, just to give the legs a little bit of a break. Shoulder stand. I'm going to take my ponytail out. You want to keep the neck straight. And if If you've never done this before, watch this portion before you do it, because I don't want you turning your neck when you're in shoulder stand. The shoulder stand, you're just going to kick the legs up, and then it's really about supporting the low back and getting the legs up. So the weight should be in the shoulders, not on the neck. Keep the neck straight. You can flex, you can point the toes. Just stay here for a few breaths. Pull the belly in. You can always drop the legs down too after a few breaths if that feels good. Moving into plow. Definitely keep your neck straight here. Clasp the hands and continue to breathe. Moving back to shoulder stand. Release the palms, press the palms down. We'll slowly come out of it with control. So we're going to roll one vertebra at a time. Last thing to come down is your tailbone, sacrum. And we want a little bit of time for Shavasana, but before we go into Shavasana, do a quick release for the hips, moving into bridge for just a moment. I'd like to usually hold bridge longer, but want to have time for Shavasana. Lower the hips down, bring the knees into the chest, grab the big toes, happy baby. Got some good balance work in there today for your flow. Core work, a lot of stretching as well. It's really a total body effort. I try to do total body, hit all the major body parts in all of my flows. Sometimes it's good to be super specific, but most of the time I try to do a total body flow. So come into a diamond position, feet, soles of the feet together, and we'll prepare here for Shavasana. Bring the breath down to just a very natural, slow breath. Extend the legs. Flex and then point, roll the ankles, roll through the wrists. Palms up. Flatten the shoulder blades against the mat, close the eyes, and we'll stay here for a couple of minutes. wiggle your fingers, your toes. Stretch your arms up overhead, arch the back. Place the hands underneath the low back here. Bend the knees. One energetic inhalation. Push yourself up to seated. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. Place the hands on the knees. Close the eyes. Fill the belly. Exhale, let go of any stretch through tension that might still be in the body. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Open the eyes, bring the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today for this 60-minute yoga flow. Hope you had a wonderful workout.